So great respects to this man. And now coming to this, actually, as a part of lot of initiatives being taken by the minister, donor minister, Sri Kishan Reddy ji. So he felt that there is a need for improvement in banking services and banking support to various industries. So he wanted to have a banking conclave on 28th of April at Constitutional Club. Main theme is that on four areas we thought that we should deliberate. One is credit to agri and allied sectors. What is the present status and what needs to be done? Then second area is credit to MSME and startup ecosystem. So what is the status of MSME, unka position, how the credit is flowing into MSME sector, and startups, what is the startups ecosystem, how many venture capital funds are there, what is the development to be done in that area. That is the another one. Third one is that implementation of the government sponsored schemes. There are several government sponsored schemes which are announced by both state governments and central government. But what is the implementation status? What are the difficulties? Whether NPAs are more or less? If NPAs are more, how to reduce? So these are some of the areas where we wanted to discuss. And fourth is that overall scenario of banking, number of branches, areas they were covered, areas still to be covered. Are there any far-flung areas where formal credit, banks are branches are there or not? And population-wise, number of population versus branches, and square kilometer-wise, number of square kilometers versus the branches across the country and northeast comparison, and how to improve if there is any gap. So, and how to improve the connectivity through any other way instead of branches. Branches is one area. After that, if they can't start the branches, this BC model and other things can be strengthened. This is another area of discussion. So for agriculture and allied activities, NABARD, MD NABARD will come, and then additional secretary from the Ministry of Agriculture will come. Then Agriculture University, our Vice Chancellor is also participating. Then SLBC conveners will also be there. For MSME, Central Government Secretary to Government MSME, he will be the heading the panel, and DMD from State Bank of India will come, and then MD and CEO PNB will be participating. Reserve Bank of India say one top executive will come from Reserve Bank. These people will come discuss about MSME and its credit, this thing. And regarding the sponsoring schemes, etc., the additional secretary from the Ministry of Food Processing will be participating, and DPIIT, because that is another important ministry where the central subsidy, that our capital subsidy is being sanctioned. So DPIIT secretary, he is also participating. He is chairing that particular panel, and also from the bank side, SLBC convener will be there. So this is the third panel. Fourth is overall banking scenario. For this, we brought the Secretary DFS. He is the top boss for banks. Secretary DFS is the next to Finance Minister. So he will be heading that panel. He will sit personally to see what banking is being done here and how it should be improved. In this also, some of the expert bankers are coming, and top executives of the 4 or 5 banks are coming. So these also will be discussed there, and possible solutions can be found out, or increase in the network can be done. These are the some of the areas where they want to work out. We took out the data from various Niti Aayog, SLBC, RBI, all these data we have colluded, and then we brought out what is the status of the agri, MSME, and then government sponsor schemes and banking scenario. All these things we have prepared. So a presentation will be made before the discussion, and then Minister of Donor Sri Kishan Reddy and the State Minister Finance um, uh, Bhagavat uh, Dr. Bhagavat Krishna Rao Karadya. He will be there, and Sri B.L. Verma, State Minister, he will be there. All the three will be there, and we are yet to get confirmation. Reserve Bank Deputy Governor also we call them, because this particular initiative it should be a game changer, because at lower levels, whatever we discuss, whatever we request, whether it will be taken decisions or not, so their ministers are there, RBI representatives are there, banking bosses from DFS, MSME secretary, agriculture secretary, all these people were there, and bankers are there. Top bankers, so far, Bank of India, Bank of Baroda, IOB, Central Bank, all private sector banks, all their chief executives have confirmed their participation. So this is about this. Please kindly give the good write-up and good publicity for this initiative of the Ministry of Donor, Sri Kishan Reddy ji. Anything if you want to ask, I can reply.
When you took over in the SBI, RBI used to run one scheme that was basically privately funding type, for setting up branches of banks. Where
Yeah.
So, but somehow that was in pilot one for Assam, Northeast and Jammu and Kashmir. But somehow that did not click much here. So, can we see again this?
We can propose, it was a good scheme actually, when we have opened in Junabeto and so many, some Nagaland and other places. So they used to reimburse us the cost of that particular thing. It's a good idea, you note down. We can discuss there in the meeting to reintroduce that, to give the incentive to the. Not only that, actually they also used to give us encouragement for opening the currency chests. They used to give some kind of incentive if we open a currency chest in remote area. So subsequently, because the scenario is changed now, all discourage the cash transactions, increase the digital transactions. So in that process, the importance of currency chest has gone. But this scheme is good. That scheme we can tell them that.
This will be a one-day program, or
One day program.
and after that you will be coming up with some kind of reports.
Then we will circulate it to you what are the decisions taken, and some of the spot decisions are needed there. That is why we fixed it convenient to all the secretaries and ministers. Otherwise, it should have happened on 20th. Then we shifted it to 28th because all secretaries will be available now. Because unless central government secretary and the minister is there, decision making will be. So we are calling the top bosses of banks, top bosses of ministries, top bosses of departments. So hopefully this is going to be a game changer. We hope lot of decisions will be taken. So you will be informed what are the decisions taken there. That also we can pass on to the public. Okay? Uh-huh.
You have been monitoring the implementation of donors model
Which one? Which one?
donor schemes.
Donor scheme.
Yeah, yeah. You have been monitoring since last year. So what is the status of implementation?
Oh, CNA, Central Nodal Agency. Yeah, but now all these schemes, accounts have been opened. So entire money which was given to state governments has been come to that centralized accounts, and it is running smoothly. Now the system, what is that system? Earlier, what was happening, this is nothing to do with banking conclave. He has asked some other doubt. Earlier, what was happening? Suppose Bhogli bridge construction is there. What they used to do, central government, once they sanction the bridge money, they used to send the money to state government. The state government used to spend by matching some 10% state government has to give. So they have to spend on the project. So that various central projects, money used to be sanctioned and given to state government. State government has to implement the project, right? So they felt that the money which is given to specific projects are not going to specific projects. That's why because of that, there is a delay in implementation of the schemes also. So now what they did is that it will not go to anybody. The money which is there, the moment the project is sanctioned, 10% or 20% that whatever money to be given, it will be immediately pushed to that implementation account. So the implement agency will directly get it. Nobody else will be having the right on the money. And as after starting that, as and when they spend money, they will ask for money, it will go to implementing agency. So that the project can be on time, it can be finished. So this is a central nodal agency, which is NEDFI has been appointed as central nodal agency for central government. So the money which comes, it will go to the. So now there is a gap of some 10-12 days. That we are reducing it to on time, real time. The moment they ask, the money will be asked from central government, straight away it will go to implementing agency's account. Then immediately contractor will be paid. I think in one year time, it will be stabilized, and you can see that all the projects will be implemented on time. So that cost overrun will not be there. Otherwise, if you delay the project, cost will go up. No? It is doing well. Arunachal mein majority people, because of the difficult terrain. But they should see alternative, like we are doing, and started that scheme. MFIs and NGOs are the only reply for that. But we have to supply money at a lower cost to MFI. Because MFI also, their operating cost is very high because they have to put people on the road, right? The top long areas. So you have to give them सस्ता में उनको पैसा दिया तो वो लोग पास ऑन करेगा. So that scheme I started after taking over from the here last year. I will give at 7% to the MFI. So he will add his 5% or 6% or 8%. He will give to the ultimate borrower at 15%, 12 to 15%. That is far less than your 24% which other MFIs are charging. So through this, if we do, then in the far-flung areas. So this money which I am giving at 7%, I will make a condition. You have to do it in Changlang district. So I give them the district names. In this district, if you finance, I will give you at 7%. If you finance in Guwahati, I will not give. So I am giving the districts. It is working well. I only started after I took over.